Bowhunting in South Africa. Nothing better, really. Today there's a laundry list of animals that we can still go after. We got wildebeest yet, Gemsbok, zebra.
I mean, you can't really ask for a better ending to a wonderful safari.
This is a bow hunting paradise. Baylysippelsafaris here in South Africa. I've said it 100 times already. I'll probably say it 100 more times.
Live on the edge, 'cause brother, win or lose, it's all in what you do with the chance you're given. Yeah, through the wind and rain, you feel your heart pounding. You got one shot, what you got? Tell me what's it gonna be? You gotta make the most of this opportunity. If others fail, make sure you succeed. On the edge.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning Canada, Canadian Tire, G5 Broadheads, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, Hornady, Victory Archery, The Carbon Arrow Experts, Vortex Canada, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Modular Driven Technologies, Sticks and Stones Anglers and Hunters, Off Grid Food Company, and these fine sponsors.
We're here with baylysippelsafaris here in South Africa. The Cape Buffalo, the Black Death. This was high on my list. I did not think it was going to happen. A remarkable target-rich environment right here in Africa.
We come off a really good morning session with that big old warthog, and a lovely, lovely old Impala ram came in.
That's the Impala. We got a full day of hunting ahead of us. It's only day 3. We got a couple more days after this. Okay, well, we're just getting back in the hide here. Took some photos of the Impala. Just a beautiful, beautiful animal here in South Africa. And yeah, we got the whole day ahead of us, so pretty revved up. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Boone back here. Say hello, Mr. Boone.
Oh, that's good to be with you, Steve.
Thanks, man.
We have high expectations for today.
Yes, we do. High expectations. Can't thank this fella enough. This is his property that we're actually hunting on. It's an incredible oasis of animals for a guy who's never been to Africa. Every day is like waking up waiting for Santa Claus to come. It is exciting, lots of fun. So today there's a laundry list of animals that we can still go after. We got wildebeest yet, Gemsbok, zebra. You never know. It's awesome. Bow hunt in South Africa. Nothing better, really. Big kudu bull. The kudu bull that we were waiting for came in. I was just waiting for that perfect shot. He kept on moving around. I mean, they're pretty big animals, so one step and they can turn quite a bit. But no need to rush. Something spooked the whole herd. Everything, pigs, kudu, everything gone. So just stay here quiet. Hopefully he comes back. It's a tough day in the blind, but we're getting busted in this elaborate blind all morning so far. Wind's changed in here and it's really buggering us up, so we're gonna go and sit another spot. We put a pop up there yesterday. We're at a man-made waterhole now.
This is a good place for zebra, so hopefully we can come right late this afternoon. See what happens.
It's a zebra kind of afternoon. Wind switched on us again and buggered us right up. We actually saw some zebra in the distance, but on that man-made waterhole, whether they saw the blind or the scent, turned around and gone. So something wasn't working. So we're changing it. We're gonna sneak back into where we were this morning for the last maybe hour of light, hour and a half maybe.
We had a bad day with the wind. Saw a good couple of animals, but not what we were hoping for. But tomorrow we're going to make it happen, hopefully. We've got some awesome Impala backstraps here and an awesome warthog backstrap. You can see the color difference. It's not quite pork, but yeah, it's more on the venison side. But it's going to be a good time, hopefully. Steve, thanks for an awesome day today. Awesome that we recovered your Impala. Let's sing on the day's successes, man.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. I know, Reno, I know, Reno. I invite man's heil, I invite man's heil. Oh, Reno, invite man's heil. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Thank you very much. This morning started out with just an absolute stomper of a warthog. We were waiting on a real nice zebra, and Dempsey looked over and he said, "Hey, that's the pig that you wounded." We wounded this giant pig. We shot him a little bit high 2 days ago. The way the blind's built, he came in so close. I had to jump up on the bank in the blind and try to shoot down, and my broadhead drove right in the wall. So it was just way too tight.
Little did we know that the same pig would return to the hide 2 days later.
For him to come back into the same waterhole, boy, it was a blessing. Took him with the bow. We didn't make any mistakes this time. We put it on him. Bam! That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Look at that. That's where we hit him the other day. High five! Yes! There you have it, folks. Second warthog of the trip. We actually had a zebra, which is on my hit list, coming in, a nice zebra, and I was focused in on it, and all of a sudden I hear Dempsey go, "Hey, that's your pig that you wounded." Yeah. When you said that, I just shifted focus and I said, "You know what? Let's take our chances on zebra. This is, and you said this is the right thing to do, and
Yeah, no.
it's all I needed."
I mean, you made the right choice there, 100%. We'll hopefully get another chance on zebra. And you made an incredible shot as well. That was on string jumpy kind of animals like a warthog and impala, that was a great shot, man.
Yeah.
That was not close. And your pigs are going to look great in your wall at home.
Oh,
I think your buddies are going to be quite jealous, man.
Absolutely. Now I got a matching set. So
There you go.
Yeah, we're good to go. Call it good on pigs. We'll get back into blind and hopefully get our zebra.
When Steve first came to Africa, he had his sights really set on a zebra as opposed to a Gemsbok. But we were sitting there one day and some Gemsbok came in from our left. In the bunch was just truly an exceptional Gemsbok. Took one look at it and I knew this was definitely something we needed to seriously consider. The Gemsbok hung around for quite a while, didn't really want to commit and come in, but eventually the big one walked straight in, the others hung back. Put a perfect shot into this Gemsbok. I mean, it probably didn't even go 30 yards and it was down.
That is one that was on the bucket list for sure. They are beautiful animal.
That's a beautiful Gemsbok.
This is a bow hunting paradise. Baylysippelsafaris here in South Africa. I've said it 100 times already. I'll probably say it 100 more times. Oh, look at that. Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Congrats, man. 37.5. That's the biggest Gemsbok we ever shot on this property.
Really?
Yeah. That's a great Gemsbok.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm fortunate.
That's the biggest we shot by a full inch.
Thanks so much again, buddy.
Absolute pleasure, man.
I mean,
Fantastic
Ryan,
shooting.
thank you. And this is the Gemsbok. It won highly on my target list for sure. My wife's favorite, and our anniversary was yesterday, so happy anniversary, Allison. That one's for you. And definitely nice big pedestal mount for this guy.
Yeah, they're actually very, very tricky to get with archery equipment. They're desert animals. They don't need to drink at all, you know. Drinking is essentially a luxury for these animals. So anytime you can get them within bow range, it's always lucky.
Yeah.
And you never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Well, a day and a half to go. We still got wildebeest, zebra, and here's my prize right here, the Gemsbok.
As hunters, I feel that we have a responsibility and a duty towards animals to treat them with respect. And one day we were sitting there at the waterhole, and a very, very, very thin impala ewe came in with a broken ankle.
She comes stumbling in and clearly very injured. And Dempsey took one look at me and said, "Do you mind taking her?" And you know, I was already knocking an arrow to do so. Put a good shot on her, put her out of her misery, which is the responsible thing to do as a hunter, I do believe.
It was a very somber moment for all of us, because obviously it's not something you like to see or like to do, but you know, it's part of our responsibility as hunters. And you know, I'm glad that Steve you know, stopped everything else and decided to shoot that impala.
Poor thing. The hyenas would have had her by morning, maybe.
A big part of the hunt is, you know, we care about the animals.
Yeah.
You know, we're also here to kill them, but
Absolutely.
we have hearts, and to see something suffer like this, it was just the right thing to do.
And the meat won't go to waste, you know, it'll go to all the staff that work in and stuff like that. So, yeah, awesome, man.
One of the afternoons we were having a bit of a slow afternoon, and I know the cameraman Brandon was, he'd been with us in South Africa for quite a time at that point, and he'd seen a lot of animals, and a warthog really tickled his fancy. And I turned to Steve and I just said, you know, if a nice warthog presents itself, would you mind if Brandon takes it? And Steve was very gracious and said, you know, not a problem at all. I got Brandon all set up, and I glanced out the window, and there, right in front of us, was a massive, massive warthog.
Thanks, buddy. Awesome, man.
Just like that, eh? The cameraman becomes the hunter. Nice job,
Thanks,
bud.
man.
Took the shot, dropped that warthog right there, and yeah, no, it was an absolutely fantastic ball. Brandon gets to take one of Africa's iconic animals back home to Canada with him.
I'm happy with that pig, Brandon. That's a nice pig. What a nice pig, dude.
That's a jumbo. That's a jumbo, dude. Well, you're, tell you what, your gun's on the money. Look at that sucker.
Sweet.
Could be good.
That's your first African animal.
Yeah.
Right on, brother.
Thanks, man.
Right on.
Thanks, Neffy.
No, cool, man. Pleasure, man. Thanks for coming out here.
It's cool how it turned out. We started talking, okay, let's get this ready, and then literally 10 seconds later,
There was a pig
he
there.
trotted in, and your reaction, it was, you saw him, yeah, get the gun, shoot it.
Well, you can't pass a pig like this down any time, but I'm just so glad that you get to take a pig like this back with you to Canada, man. Cool. But yeah,
Thanks
well
a lot,
done,
man.
Awesome.
Ryan, thank you. Steve, thanks, man.
Bet, buddy.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, an absolute crazy end of the day. We turned the cameraman into a rifle hunter, and he pounded his first African animal. And I got it all on film, so that was pretty cool. But he shot a massive hog with the 375. Couldn't be happier for Brandon. He's just a delight to be around. He's cameraman for us this week and doing one hell of a job. So we have one day in our safari left with a couple of big ticket items still. What do we got left here? We got kudu, which is high on my list. Zebra, which is also high on my list. And then there's also the wildebeest. So we'll get after it again in the morning. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned.
Steve is quite meticulous with his bow hunting and his bow shooting. You know, every day when we'd get to camp, you know, he'd shoot his bow. He wasn't afraid to tweak it and, you know, adjust the sights if he was, you know, half an inch off there, half an inch off there. You know, most guys are quite happy, you know, just to be kind of in a tight grouping. But Steve, he wants perfection, you know, and he really takes the time to shoot and check his equipment. Not afraid to move it or adjust things, which I really enjoyed. I like that he took so much time. You know, it gives, you know, you as a guide a hell of a lot of confidence in his equipment and his abilities. It was really, really quite a pleasure to watch him work with his bow and to see how he does things.
We have convinced our friends here in Africa to get me in a tree stand, make me feel more at home. And we have a homemade platform that we've just erected, and I'm digging it. It's feeling really good.
This tree stand deal, it's not working out real good. It's just the wind of these animals here in Africa. I can't believe the noses they have. It's quite remarkable, really. Definitely makes me think about scent control a little more. We have just the slightest of a breeze, and it's actually switched from when we got here this morning. So it's coming from my back, blowing into where I think the animals are gonna be, or come. Even the hogs. I just had a sow and about, 6 or 7 piglets come in. And as soon as they got in line with that wind, stopped dead in their tracks and bolted the other way. I've even got a small piece of buffalo dung up here burning. And I giggle every time we light those up, but it's remarkable the sense of smell that these animals have. I think I might have to spend another day in the ground blind again. No good.
Well, back to the ground blind palace because the tree stand is not working.
When Steve came here to South Africa, one of the target species that was really high on his list was a zebra. They're incredibly tough animals down to the bow. Their senses are just incredible, and they're the furthest thing you could ever imagine from a horse. They're really, really difficult animals to get. And on the last afternoon of the hunt, the wind was messing us around a bit, so we decided to put Steve in a pop-up blind that we'd set up previously. We had seen, a good number of zebras in the afternoons.
I'm gonna go solo and self-film this just to keep the scent down. The last time we sat here, a big stallion zebra was coming in, caught our scent and bolted, so yeah. I'm solo mission for the last afternoon of the hunt here, but Dempsey will be close by, so we're in good shape.
And we went and we waited for him somewhere in the bush, and constantly checking the phone, waiting for that message from Steve to say something had happened.
Okay, there you have it. On my very last night of the safari, zebra. Man.
I got the message from Steve, arrow and a zebra. We quickly raced over there just to try and catch as much light as possible because it was we were losing light quite quickly.
How's the shot? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyways, quickly got there. Steve showed me the footage. The shot looked good. It all just depended on penetration. A zebra are very, very thick animals. It's basically like shooting a broadhead butt. And we jumped in the tracks, and very, very quickly we knew that Steve had put in an excellent shot.
That's what I like to see right there. These bushes are painted with blood, so I think I got myself a zebra.
Steve, this is looking good. You can see where the zebra actually hit the tree, so that's a good sign, man.
Look at this.
A lot of blood,
It's frothy blood too.
Probably went about 300 yards or so. They're very tough animals, and we found this beautiful zebra.
Zebra! I love it when a plan comes together, Marioti.
Oh man! Wow! All week, Big John. Thanks, brother. Look at that! And my African zebra right there piled up.
Look at those shadow stripes.
Oh boy! No, that shot is perfect. Look at this.
I mean, you can't really ask for a better ending to a wonderful safari. One of his real dream animals managed to get in the last minute of the last day. So, I was all smiles about that. And once again from Steve, great shooting. When you shoot like that, it makes a makes our job very, very easy.
All right, well, here we are on the very last evening of my safari here at baylysippelsafaris in South Africa, and I'm sitting finally behind one of the animals that I came to get, the zebra. I'm gonna admit, you know, when I cut the arrow loose, they react so fast. These animals react so fast here in Africa. This thing kind of turned and kind of ducked, and I was a little unsure. You know, you're trying to self-film and everything's going on. There's a lot of moving parts to that whole deal, but you know, shot ended up being good. She went maybe 300 meters, 300 yards, and here we are. So under the cover of darkness on my last night here in South Africa, we finished it up with the zebra. Can't thank baylysippelsafaris enough for this adventure. You know, I was one of those guys that was on the fence really about coming to Africa, especially when there's so many North American animals to go after and pursue. And you know, I'm glad I did. I'm glad Dempsey talked me into this and coming down here. It's been a trip of a lifetime, and I highly recommend it for anybody. So
It's a pleasure to have Stephen camp with us. He had us all in stitches every single night. It was always a laugh around the fire. No, it was a great time with him. He's welcome back anytime for sure.
if you're sitting on the fence like I was, check out baylysippelsafaris here in South Africa. Class act organization, great accommodations, and obviously plenty of animals. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode of The Edge. I'm your host, Steve Eklund.
The Edge is brought to you by Browning Canada, Canadian Tire, G5 Broadheads, Prime Archery, High Mountain Seasonings, Hornady, Victory Archery, The Carbon Arrow Experts, Vortex Canada, Wolverine Guns and Tackle, Modular Driven Technologies, Sticks and Stones Anglers and Hunters, Off-Grid Food Company, and these fine sponsors.
Live on